The mission of Providence is caring for the poor and vulnerable.
As a residency, that is also very much part of what we do. We serve a lot of patients who have very complex chronic medical conditions.
I, on my interview day, found people more focused on the core essence of medicine than I found in any of the university programs, and at the same time really strong on academics.
As I really reflected on what I wanted out of my career, really two things came to the front, and that was I wanted to take care of patients and I wanted to teach.
You know, it's funny, I always tell this story, being exposed to my grandfather who owns a hospital in Nigeria, and kind of pushed me in that direction. It made me feel like this is something that I could see myself doing long term.
It's one of the few careers, I think, where ongoing learning is just a part of the job and a part of your life.
There's this passion for what we do and this passion for teaching that is infectious.
For those that want to do research, it's important to find a mentor, of which there are many here, and to come up with a 3-year plan. And that's what Bree did. We came up with some small projects that she could do along the way, and this is to help her to kind of refine her direction in oncology before she actually formally trains in oncology.
We're able to marry really supportive culture with some of that academic excellence.
We have assigned mentors who are faculty members, but one of the nice things is everyone's so approachable and you get to have so much face-to-face time that I feel like I also have unofficial mentors and people who I can turn to in different situations.
We really try to make our program individualized to each person to help them reach their full potential and really figure out what it is that they want to do and see as their future career.
So what I do here is I'm both a junior faculty member and a resident advocate. So I get the chance to teach on the wards, I get the chance to work here in the clinic, and I get the chance to advocate for the residents as we develop our policies and schedule and anything else they might want.
I always knew going in that would be a big part of my career, and that's why I love Providence, is we really, devote a lot of time to teaching the residents and working as a team in that regard.
I remember the first line in my contract: your primary responsibility as a faculty is the education of our residents.
There's a lot of opportunities at a place like PPMC to really be that front line, that first care provider.
So this is our ICU. This is where we get some of our most beloved training. Residents love coming here because it's so hands-on. We work with the amazing intensivists who are so knowledgeable.
It's really nice actually just because we are one-on-one with the intensivists in this scenario. So there's no fellows here, and so we're the first person they go to with questions. The nurses come to us with questions, and we get this incredibly hands-on and special experience in the ICU under the constant mentorship and support of amazing critical care trained physicians.
Lots of people here are really excited to be mentors. And so, for example, if you had an interest in pulmonology or nephrology, our specialists are really excited to work with residents, and it would take an email, and then you'll probably get their phone number, and you can just start texting them to say like, hey, can I meet up and work on this project with you? Or I have an idea for a project, let's work together.
When I was a chief resident and it was in the position where I had to start teaching, I started preparing lesson designs, and they were, to me, so boring because they were all just words and graphs and charts, and I thought I could maybe make it more interesting if I brought in some color and some illustrations. For example, if I was going to teach about iron deficiency anemia, I might do something like this, talking about the different ways that the disease manifests, but using pictures in addition to words.
And what really stands out is the feeling and the connections you had to the program.
And I feel really lucky that I was a graduate of this program and feel very well prepared in my everyday life now as a hospitalist.
You have to constantly learn. You want to make sure if you learn something new, you're sharing it with other people.
I'm continually impressed with the energy and the life experience and passion that our residents bring to the table.
I really like the learning environment here. I feel like, it's a very open environment. The people here are very open to teaching and very non-judgmental.
So something that's been really memorable about my experience here was that first time as an intern that I got to take over a team by myself, working one-on-one with a hospitalist, getting to be the one who sees all the patients in the morning and then is putting in all the orders myself really felt like a great step in that you get that progressive responsibility and while still having some great support from our hospitalists here.
Part of the benefits of teaching is you're constantly learning, and that aspect of teaching and learning coming together is really the epitome of a residency experience.
I don't know exactly what I want to be when I'm done with residency. I think one of the great things about Providence, Portland is that those doors are open for you, and there's people here who are going to support you no matter what you choose.
I continue because I want to keep that bridge open where I can connect with people and actually be a reason for change in their lives, so to speak.
I've always said, when I was chief, this was true too. When I was recruiting folks for our program, Portland maybe is our #1 draw. I mean, it is a fantastic place to live.
When I'm out at the hospital, I really like being outside. I do a lot of hiking, particularly in the Columbia River Gorge. I like rock climbing.
You've got the ocean an hour and a half away, you've got mountains an hour and a half away.
Also, just all the social experiences I've had with the residents here. We get to have a lot of fun outside the hospital. Just last week, we all got together for a barbecue at Laurelhurst Park.
It's kind of like our second home. It's where you come to. It's hard work, and we do a lot of work here, but it doesn't feel like work.
So it's been really just a great experience to watch the development of the residents over time and really be a part of that.
It's pretty special to reflect on 9 physicians going out into the world and thinking about how many people's lives they'll touch over the course of their career.
So as the program director, my job is really to make sure that every resident has found the support and the resources that they need to have to grow into the physician that they want to be. We want every resident who's here to reach their maximal potential and to really achieve what they want for their career. And then I think finally the other thing that I really look for in a resident is somebody who's service-oriented, who really wants to be taking care of patients who are complex and vulnerable and is excited to be involved in that work.